the National Cathedral project, Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng, and we have adduced evidence to that effect.
Are you sure of what you are saying? Everything is against me.
For a long time, you never see cement prices de-escalating. It's always escalating, it's always going up.
Ablakwa and Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng. One court case, and some bebre, and a few by Atrasi, yet a brona Nancy Abasha. Cement prices a costro, and an so our KT Hammond, a Akufo Zambia bar, Ocean, the Siamano Casse. I know I had a quick one. Commander Eddie Room, Commander, inquiry.
Yeah, the right of my say, now in Ninkomo. Yeah, the right said, okay, and I beko KT Hammond, I swear, but answer never call. Yen Ninkomo, we embrace and 7 more. Oh, yeah, the right ending and say, and Jay, and a north tongue, Mrashabe Gani, Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa. Only Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng so for penny, Mouse will be better torment. Oh, yeah, now, right, a month away in us at the timer, a Kobasa Parliament, a movie. Afa National Cathedral na yes in
National Cathedral is really the assembly bow.
Right and same idea so down we chino. Nyasam keto. Yeah. Na nhwehwemu parliament no. Ana Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa akotwe nsemi ba yesa wakọ hu ade bi a kire se opani bi assign ama ya transfer sika edi cathedral ho dwuma edin ye wo ho no kwabena dujamfi a ono ene secretary. Nemom nkrata asem no bibia nkire se Kwabena du jamfi bi nanado ayi no akọ board ne so nemum Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng ene ye secretary owo board no so eno ene koba se o eye sofo pani Reverend Kusi Boateng ono ana wasade kwabena adu jamfi eho ena okuja to Ablakwa ese da bia asem wedie ogintuma enye yie tem se ebeye nsem wo mumienu ntema nipa bebre be kai asem na eno ati and okuja toko grantee interviews or say or can someone church so say Reverend Kusi Boateng okuta to identity na the date of birth nso yemienu dem say papa no oya ye criminal bisa and no na anya Reverend Kusi Boateng de nti ono so try say obetwetwa ne ho nti e ma ode asem no ekodan court na omokọ asem no so mprenu e ma mpremienu no nyina court buai edim okuja to Ablakwa na ne mpresa so na chese appeal abam the appeal no na court asebo we say da bi still Reverend Kusi Boateng say nsem ne bi ankoyie wantimi ameyi ne ho anu ye no nti omaku asem no e ma okuja to Ablakwa say court kire say Reverend Kusi Boateng on say ntria mpatade kakra sign say change of identity akoso e wo ho ene no na nchen dem say oya ye nipa mienu nipa ba ko oda ne nipa mienu na the writer the nam so ma asem no copy court ankasa no enye edina abeye mienu no nemum asem ne pa ne say Reverend Kusi Boateng so hu ne say North Tongu Mrashabe Dwani Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa no o say ni din ase okotena ba bia na wo ka so sofo na sesa ni din wadane nipa mienu obi a wo ya fawo e wo board so say adwuma secretary sa enye wa esan ye obi foforo ye komkom a wonko anu wadane nipa mienu e na ono so kire mu say da bi wontimi fa na nimu maye fam say no nti ono so de kwadan court to say court enhwe na Okuja to Ablakwa e mo no Reverend Kusi Boateng din enka asem bia bi
na akwatia
na asem no akwatia no na aka final case ya eno so sa wo court biem ya ye hwa ni mu se court ebebua sa asem no na afi ye hu de twa to kra the way Reverend Kusi Boateng ene Okuja to Ablakwa mo nsensem eno no na Okuja to asem ni twa ye no ene odi nsem bia sa to do bia akire ti mepese ye beko
enkomra
akwa Okuja to
kwekwan enhwemra ensama Okuja to Ablakwa We are
glad that the appeal on the contempt case has been dismissed by the appeals court. It appears that this is the only country where somebody who has engaged in a double identity scam will be wasting the time of members of parliament who are carrying out their constitutional mandate of oversight. That's all we are doing. That's all we are doing. And is this a fair price to pay for carrying out your constitutional mandate? And have you noticed that he never comes to court? He never comes to court. We have work to do. We have parliament to go to. We have parliamentary committees. We have our constituents to take care of. We have other constitutional obligations as members of parliament. And he keeps filing appeals upon appeals upon appeals when the matters are very clear. You have lost in the lower courts. Judges have been very, very decisive in their decisions. We were only carrying out our mandate to scrutinize expenditures of the National Cathedral project, and we discovered payments made in another name, only to find out that it is the same person, Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng, and we have adduced evidence to that effect. We have not been mischievous, we have not been malicious, we are only carrying out our constitutional mandate. Unless people think that we are elected to go to parliament and be a rubber stamp, whatever state institutions bring to us, we don't scrutinize, we don't do due diligence, and we allow payments to go through. So that is what we are elected to do. That is what the Constitution says we should do. We do our job, and we are subjected to all of this harassment. We are being impeded from carrying out our work as members of parliament. It is clearly an unfair price to pay. And even though you may think that we should be happy today because this first appeal has been dismissed, remember that he has another appeal on the human rights case where the Human Rights Court held that he cannot claim that I have violated his right to privacy. We will have to come back here for that matter. I mean, this is somebody who clearly is out to just frustrate us and to put impediments in our way to prevent us from continuously carrying out our constitutional mandate of oversight. It is not a fair price to pay. We should be allowed to do our job, especially when it has been proven by the courts of our country that we were not malicious, we didn't fabricate, we didn't concoct, we only did a diligent, fair, thorough job.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
Okudzeto Ablakwa na National Cathedral. The assembly bow.
Writer sa die we na. Sem wo ho.
Na Reverend Kusi Boateng yes Akuffo so penny o.
No so for penny.
O say yes on the bu Akuffo on the vampire man no yes what me ye fasting be 70 days. Ema Nana Danko Akuffo
bosumi mienu ni akire.
Amasa. Ana ai National Cathedral. Oh yeah.
National Cathedral.
Oh na say on the shene ni monyam.
Financial secretary.
Asofo da su nyina no Nana Akuffo de show mani monyam. Masa bibi pie mu.
Say enye kura saa o.
Enye kura saa.
Da bi adwuma mkwen de so obi kase na eye kura oboa. Enye kura saa. Do yam ha de no. But say bi on pepa ni
sakwa.
Omonsan so de on be pepa.
Yeah. Ti ose okudzeto ese ni din.
So for say okudzeto Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng aka Kwabena Duja fi. Ose ase okudzeto seri dio
okwa asori kwa no na omo do mo nse cheche ne so.
Sorry mani bi. Say sorry mani bi busa say sofo na ba ne say yes udi akoye mienu as politicians na no o ma hyeda twetwe wa do ko adwuma yi ho na so mu gu wani mu ase boss politicians o mo ye ba ko ntia so ma komutia bom na o mo pese o mo di udi ne ba fam eno na sofo panin social ampasem no e ko achi to de ko na o de ko court say o
na so ye buatia no
na se komomu kura ne kire se sofo panin court na o ma o show up
o da bi no be say no okudzeto aka ne nyina yi
na de na say ama asem no okudzeto nso hwa da bia kwotena TV so a asasem no na o hiti asem na say de na
say National Cathedral na ye nyina ye wo interest ewom
of course
because nyame osofo a na egu sa de no so a na as a complaint say ba na say ye bibia wo ho no
anu dining konsika
kwata say esi ameno ka say National Cathedral no e wo hefa esi e wo hefa e wo
ni ho
National Cathedral no ma ye say do ma yizika esi aso na manyame
yes foundation
ya wi ana
ya foundation
ati say enti omo ana omo da board no so nyina no I think say minim say bia that wo mu dru heaven na nyame bebisa wo ma ebia
okay akonta ne de ama ha eba so na de na ama asem na se aye ese kwakwa na ntatwene bi ne se okudzeto asema kokan ne se Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng se mane money din bi ma enka watena mum opese court ho no ohun Reverend Kusi Boateng na osa hu kwabena du jamfi se nipa mienu no wenye na omudi esan komoni ye wo ho
aye nsem
bebre hono so be di o
okay
ntem se eno asem ne dem se akogu but after that ebi wekire ti se cyber ebe kwa kodi hu nkomo na the right nsem wo yachi na KT Hammond se ono so nie onko ba bia se KT Hammond wo ya large because on now so no parliament so ya large right no na KT Hammond so se cement prices no said yes ya ekosoro no odwene ho awonte ase na enche no di nka complain ye nti odi asem no koto parliament na parliament so dwene ho hu se ampa cement ni boy de do omo dan o musisi kura no omo ntimi nto cement MPs no nti so omo kura ntimi nto cement de ne o se cement prices na abandi no jim na parliament e hye mra ewo na cement na abambom ene be regulate prices no na enya private companies na be kire say cement ya tum ana say ya toso demum aban ena be kire say ye tum ana ye toso sade petrol ye tuma eye aban ena determine sa pepepe na cement ne be na after proposal we no ena opani ba ko a companies a omo eye cement manufacturing companies omo nyina nka bomu pu opani odan Dr. George Dawson Amwa and on also a petition the parliament say omo mpene ne mpene chena say and near money akadia cement manufacturing companies ni di dwuma no aban em produce bi ma wo and near money pokoso omo kra chemicals ni bi fra monone na say the exchange rate no see the ni si ato from ne de we dey near money pokoso enu nti sa aban kase ono determine cement prices a enye ye eno na ma KT Hammond se da bi adai yene munyina ne wo ho ene ye adwuma e ba ne se na afedie aban se obedi teme amose mo mpene na petrol nya aban de ditem nti KT Hammond nsem be to da na
ai sheshe no e kamia kwese utimi sidan e wo Ghana na se uye billionaire because baby asa cement no adru no anansia ma ai Ghana photo cement 60 cedis
of course
sheshe ameno kasa eni be wan yi akra the same cement no ye ton 100 cedis 95 cedis e ba ne say
the right ni nyina akoka companies no be ka chiro say exchange rate na affect them
na say
petrol prices no because omo use
trailers no
cars ya be transport na that inteno so affect omo car omo dika but aya me problem ne say the right abai no e duru ba bia ka indirect as directly yen support to companies no financially but yen support to them ye wi aye pese prices no monte so yen yen sa ma ne yi na companies no so right sorry to say e bi mo so ye ma ne bro so yen nyina ne o Ghana ne hu say Dangote cement e ba Ghana no na prices no na e cheaper than locally made cement no but Dangote mpo na o transporting the cement from Nigeria to Ghana
na say no my ya na o de me enwura that side
say ono ne
yemfa obi brand
yemfa nko
die ho de yenko
nti there are certain things here companies na nkasa so e wo problem na omo ton no the right sorry to say obi wo ho ababi a o ton the same town mun nyina transportation distance ne yepe oba beduru ba ko de 90 obi se me de 96 the same cement enye different product the same product the right to do be no so hard but genuinely abaine niam bi ene the kind of prices are omoto materials no eno ka ho bi na ma cement prices no omo hijack mu a na ankrankre entimi entobi no te duru ba bia but yen hwe omo society no ema omo kakra na sebi omo so ye nipa adwuma omo ya omo boka companies no ebegu nti KT Hammond wakansem bebre epese ebeko na yako KT Hammond
quick one yankomra.
So we have an airline that regulates production of cement in the country. So we now insist on qualitative products in the country. But you would also realize that for the long time, you never see cement prices de-escalating. It's always escalating. It's always going up through the ceiling, through the roof, and towards the skies. Somehow, something has to be done about this. At a point in time, we were not producing so much cement in the country. Now we have an installed capacity of over 11 million tons in the country. Our demand is nothing like 11 million, so it must be a very profitable enterprise. But I think it behoves on those in responsible positions in authority to ensure that the good people of Ghana are not fleas. I am not comfortable. I don't believe that we're getting good prices for all that it's worth. I think there's something fundamentally wrong with the pricing of cement in the country. It was about the same issue that we tackled when we were at the Ministry of Energy. We recall in the early part of administration of President Kufuor, we decided to introduce the National Petroleum Authority. That is what it's now regulating. The system that we put in place, it was now regulating petroleum pricing in the country. There are some items which are of such considerable importance to the country. It's for the general use of everyone. Petroleum products, there's nothing anyone can do about it. I mean, it's a kind of sine qua non. We all would have to, at one point or the other, depend on petroleum products. So no doubt about that. Cement has acquired that kind of, has acquired that status. Every sector of the economy, your house, whatever projects, whatever, you require cement for that purpose. Now, I take the view that it's about time that the country was better served by those who are selling this product to us. You have a kind of arbitrariness in the pricing of cement. You come to Accra, you have it used to be 80 whatever. When I last checked with those in the sector, was a situation where they said they were selling at 80 something cities. Well, the next they knew somebody was selling at 90 something and was without authority. And it's been so haphazard. I strongly believe that there must be some sanity in the system. Now, to ensure that there's sanity in it, in the law, the LI about the pricing, about manufacture, cement manufacturing that we just talked about, I introduced a committee to take charge of the activities that are spelled out in the LI. Now, I asked them in the last 1 month or so to make sure that there was a meeting of all the stakeholders, including the Ghana Cement Manufacturers Association, those guys, meeting all of them. That is after I had met with them many times in my own office to ram home to them the need for there to be some sense, some stability, some. I told them point blank that I took the view that the country and the good people of Ghana were not being served properly when it came to the pricing of petrol, this and the cement prices, and so it's about time that we had a holistic look at it and make sure that prices charged will take account of whatever factor that goes into it, that we could arrive at some sensible compromise. I encourage them to publish their pricing weekly, monthly through this committee. I encourage them to make sure that there was a stabilization. It's like the kind of stabilization fund that we put up, we established under the fund under the petroleum sector. Put something together so we have a situation where in Bolga a bag of cement sells the same as it sells in Accra. In Kumasi it sells the same as it sells at Sefi. We discuss all these matters, and then of course let also ensure that there is some kind of sense. You know, it shouldn't be so arbitrary. I wouldn't allow a situation where you then have an oligarchy operating when there wasn't a monopoly. Everyone was in a monopoly. One Gasem was the only company operating. We tended to have a monopoly. Now we have all of them, and still petroleum cement prices are not coming down. So I asked them to ensure that something was done about this. In my absence, I was told that the minister wasn't going to be able to do anything. They would not listen, they wouldn't do it, they would go the way they want. Well, I have only one other avenue I mean, encouraging them to do it is a moral persuasion. If moral persuasion fails, there is a system in the country, there's a constitution. We operate by rule of law. You come to parliament and then you ensure that there are laws. I mean, we have the constitution. So if the constitution mandates me to bring an ally, I bring the ally to ensure that somebody abides by if we don't accept the moral principle, at least some sort of economic principle, the good people of Ghana must benefit. I don't think it is fair for the way they are pricing and the way haphazardly each one of them deciding and dictating how much a bag of cement should be sold for. This is quite apart from the quality that they are producing. Some of the companies are producing substandard products. We have had to deal with this matter. Ghana Standards Authority, which is in charge of this whole program, has had a hard time tackling quite a few of these companies, but we are on track with respect to that. So yesterday what I did was that I brought a copy of the LI, which has been perfected by the Attorney General, to the leadership of Parliament. The copy was supposed to be given to the minority side to have a good look at it.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
KT Hammond. I say I grown dosu.
The writer KT Hammond. Sasem no can.
As I grown ya dosu.
Or should I behave strange way? Bon Rabaka and Niabre na Odia Grop.
I grown you too much.
Should they wear of us Casano?
Yeah.
And ma so when Yada Jantin ya. Yeah. On the opposite or Trena or tempo drew a bia. A very boring kaka.
No, sad trader, you know, what pimpana.
But a KT Hammond, you know, cleaning a minimum. One shot, Sanya Becan because. I dare tell this a bianasem your trade and industry. Baby, the Bujum says cement for and we jump was cement in a white. A honor KT Hammond, but KT Hammond Emfa measures be my Bema companies in so. And what and only a problem. So what I say, and our industries will be organ. A Hong Kong would no crack. Cement in a white will Bianca saying yet. Then I complaining. But KT Hammond is Romon Qua Consul. Cement in a white. Meaning say, oh, Sini Fie be. Ntina no kwa na obosona na famous bi ebra fanima bi go come to make sure say ebema companies dey come high wo mo no mate so but when the chief for some pakoto there be one person can say Mr. George Dawson Dr. George Dawson money na wo company bi adwuma cement manufacturing company munyina mo ye adwuma and after that openi no wo free e honom nti woni na adwuma che woni say do say na woni cement adwuma no say dey sit here adwuma ba ko a sorry to say the better e ho ahomete no better adwuma no ho ahomete nti eduru ba bia e wo say musu make sure say companies no come han wo mo anya sa
abanye bibi na mo de mo ya na mo be je complain
asa ya mon anke hu yi o be ka che so one amampani akasa manya sika bia mo be inject sika bi de wura sa trade and industry no cement manufacturing company mo inject sika bi wura sa companies o manufacture cement
me hu ni je enka obae no na wo edie ntina ama cement no bo akosoro sa ye be cho what ya say emre bi atwam no within a short time na 50 cedis adan na cement no ahwi akodru 90 cedis edie na edi gu akwan mu ama so ate Atiasi, ese economy no emu edi ye dollar rate e wo so nti nipa no eniema e chemicals ne sa niema na omode ye no okofa na ne boa ye din a ono no nya dollar no de kwa koto
dollar
oba de no nye
obetum na draka de ma ne mesere ne se KT Hammond ne nsema o kan nyina ne se petrol fuel prices aban the determine ye ntu fuel mo Ghana fuel
ye tu
ye timito
the be ekoso
say one put two proper measures in place here Ababe determine cement prices. Ebe cost more than DT. It put proper measures in place. So what anya ne sadia? Right say the all can nyina because a lot of nyama be bro aban the determine. Example fuel na yeka ho asem. But da bia ye tu. It is KT Hammond per se asumdwe ba cement bo no pa. On finding ways means bia obeye sika injected that money into the cement manufacturing companies. Cement industry is sika be ko e ko ba better asumdwe beba
say abrochefo ro kwa no mabamu yabu
dance ye no
ahya omu shi dan no a ena omu so abrochefo Ghana fo no so sa bu omu nti se bia cement no 90 cedis a oso dabi sese no 100 o etubo se omu bomo omu masa yesi cement na bi di bi gibi 150 nyina ho
say the draw be an waka say transportation no so nya
ni nyina hihye
as I say approach for no so bebre hu mo ba che say say o tam ne phone call TikTok na internet dia no wo say cement no Ghana e say na wo say nipa no koye adwuma 2 days 1 day obey you say am fa sha say ehu sa
attraction
ba kakra obebu obusuani no obre obu na obechew ade a wa fire
Ghana for so munya sa ade no na abroche for no mo bre
pa
ade ase enye easy o
but KT Hammond so right o ya large
nya na she media o power sa agro no do so too much ye dog no
parliament say wa come make abanti speaker and country MPs ni nyina say
we nyina ehu hia we nyina ehu hia
KT Hammond
ye hwe de be o man ni be yiye but say ye na nanso na sa agro no ya do so do but obi o ha sa no te quick one ye de musi eko ebe samba sie yakra mu nyina